Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. It is absolutely beautiful here in Nova Scotia. It's supposed to get up to like 18 degrees today. Degrees today, Celsius. But we're not going to be in Nova Scotia for very long. We are heading to New Brunswick. So one of the things that I have to do every spring is go around and check out a whole whack load of work, do some site inspections, and then plan my season, basically. So I go around, I check what everything that needs to be done, and then I create my schedule for my machine, for my guys, all that stuff. So that's what we are doing today. That's what we were doing over in Cape Breton last weekend. Now we're heading to New Brunswick this weekend. There's always a lot more work in New Brunswick. There's a lot more sites. It's a good sized province. So typically I take the FJ or I take the 2019 350, but I don't know if I'm going to be back in time for the guys to take the truck on Monday. So I'm taking the 2020 this time. So we're taking the 2020, going around all the back roads, side roads, highway driving. So I want to keep sort of a bit of a mileage tab on how this thing does on mileage with the 37s, the Tremor air dam, the leveled, compared to what my 19 did last weekend. And I can tell you that this is going to be much better than what my 19 did. Man, the flies are brutal. Anyway, I'm going to go fill up and hit the road and get out of these friggin' flies. Let's go. All right, so here's the first. We got a transport truck going through the drive-through. Yeah, I'll get a large 2 milk and a bacon and egg on a biscuit. Alright, so it did just fill up. I'm gonna wait till I get on the road though to hit my button to reset it, but I wanna see how this is gonna take place. I assume he's gonna get out of his truck and get his coffee. When I had my gooseneck trailer hooked up to my 550, I just walked through. Parked it up over the hill, came down and walked through. Okay, here comes the transaction. No, he didn't need to. Just reaching out. Gets his coffee, and away he goes. That's friggin' awesome. That is, that's cool. Alrighty, so let's reset our trip here. So, fellas, ladies, please listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. The engine light is on because I used ForeScan to change the tire size diameter so that my speedometer is correct because of the 37s on this truck. So the speedometer is bang on. It is the exact mileage that I'm actually traveling. When I did it, I wasn't able to tell my PCM to relearn the settings. There's a bug fix at the time. It may be corrected at this point. I did write a message in the form and I'm waiting to hear back, and ForeScan did reach out to me and told me to send through the data log that I did so that they can correct it, so that I'm able to get rid of the engine code. But I haven't done that yet. It's been too busy. I haven't done anything really. So that is the reason why the engine light is on. I just need to get the bug fixed, download the latest, update or whatever, and then I'll be good to go. So that is why the engine light is on the 2020 F350. Pit stop here at the hardware store. There's a couple things that I couldn't get yesterday. So we're making a pit stop here at Kent and Truro. So far we are at 12.3 liters per 100, which is like 19 mpg. And you know I'm gonna grab a coffee while I'm here too, so we'll have some idling time there as well. So this is real world. Coffee breaks, hardware stops, all that stuff. So let's hopefully get what I need to get here and get back on the road again. Coming up to the border, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick border, You always know you're either like leaving home when you see these things, these big ass windmills, or you know you're getting closer to home on the way back and you see these big ass things. There's quite a few of them. There's I don't know, what is it, 12, 15 or something like that. Wide open space here. So they definitely generate some power. Okay, my goodness. So they definitely generate some power, and every single one of them are turning right now. Oh, this guy in the back. This guy in the back, he's a slacker. He's not doing shit. But anyway, so this will be my first time going across into a different province since you know what. And see how this goes. I do have documentation with me that basically, you know, says that I'm essential and I need to travel wherever I need to be. So we will see what takes place. But yeah, it's my first time. It's a little weird, you know. I'm like, it's like I'm nervous. It's like I'm crossing into the States or something, and I have something I shouldn't have. All right, so there goes the Nova Scotia flags. So let's see what the whole process is here. I see the vehicles way up there, starting to go pretty slow. You got lots of flashing lights.
Use the right lane to take exit 513 beyond to TC16 toward Port Elgin.
Alright, we got some border people up here for sure. So let's see what takes place here. Well, alright, we're just about to our first site. Made it through the border without too much problems. They had some questions to ask, you know, what I was doing, all that stuff. And the guy was asking me the question and said, hey, that's the nicest truck we've seen. I said, yeah, you know, it should be. He's like, yeah, that thing's a mortgage payment. Anyway, we made her through. So we're on our first site. And of course, you know, middle of nowhere. Nice and smooth roads to travel on. So far, we're gaining mileage somehow. Figure this one out. No, I know how it works. But anyway, we had 659 kilometers empty or something like that. Now we've driven 277 kilometers, and we still have 662 kilometers to empty. So we've gained kilometers, and we've driven almost 300. But the truck is learning, you know, it's adapting to its MPG. Because the last time I had this, I was hooked up to a trailer, so it assumed, you know, I was going to continue with that same mileage, but that's not the case. Anyway, we are here. So here's the workbench, fellas. I just wanted to take a second to point this out. So Mighty Mo Excavating, he sent me a bunch of stuff. He sent me hats, he sent me lighters, which my wife uses quite a bit. He sent me pens. He sent me a t-shirt and some stickers. So Mighty Mo Excavating, he's based out of Ontario, and he does basically everything: water, sewer, foundations, drains, everything. So if you're in Ontario, you need a good contractor, Mighty Mo Excavating, there he is right there. I use these pens every day of my work life, every day, to write in my book. So thank you very much, buddy. We're a long ways back on the road. We're in a little area called Boudreaux Village, and it's really, really cool in here. I've been through here in the winter time, and they get a lot of snow up here, as you can imagine, but there's tons of little cottages, like all over the place, and then down there is the river, or Miramichi Boudreaux Shore or something. It's the ocean. It's the Bay of Fundy. But yeah, it's really neat through here. There was a woman riding a horse on the way through here. It's pretty cool. A bunch of four-wheelers just went by. It'll be a pretty cool spot. But yeah, there is a ton. Turn right, yeah, imagine. There is a ton of spruce in here. like loaded. It is super, super thick through here. You could definitely get some good lumber out of these logs. All right, I'll pull over and take a little bit of footage here. Truck sitting nice and pretty on that ledge. For you guys who have never seen the Bay of Fundy before, I'll show you a little bit of it. So right now the tide is low. The tide's low and there's like no water. Well, I don't know, it's probably not, you know, perfectly low, but you know, there's no water. It's pretty cool here. They've got a little ramp with floats built down and roped off, because when the tide's high, the water comes all the way up to here, and then these floats, this ramp will come up and people can actually bring their boats and stuff in and tie up to here, believe it or not. So pretty cool, pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty damn nice. I mean, obviously the water is not the best for swimming in, but the scenery is pretty cool. You can see, you know, way, I mean, it's wet here. You can see the tide actually comes up this high. Way over there is like the red sand. Yeah, thought I'd give you guys a little bit of that footage. Bay of Fundy, highest tides in the world. Still going strong, boys. It's about 5:30 right now. We're, of course, you know, like we're just, it's so crowded. It's so crowded out here. Oh, there's a hedgehog going across the field there. It's weird, you know, he got this little shack like completely in the middle of nowhere. Pretty cool though. A good hunting spot. We're getting the truck dirty, boys. She is filthy right now. Oh yeah, splish splash. Nice. We're about a mile and a half back in the woods. Oh yeah, that was really dirty. That's flung up some mud big time on my rear side, on my passenger side. We only have another mile and a half to go and then we're back on asphalt. Yeah, just set up camp here. We're still going strong, boys. It's about 7 o'clock at night. The truck is just getting wrote off. Absolutely covered in bug guts. Like, oh my god. At least I can't see all the little rust specks on it anymore. My god. And we're getting her dirty, boys. The mud's flung all the way up over the side. It was clean when I left. Nice. Looks proper. Looks proper. Back here we got her smattered up all over the tonneau cover. Yeah, we are still going strong. I just caffeinated. I just re-caffeinated. So we're good to go a little while longer yet. Well, look what I found. I'm not in a very populated area, and I happened to find a car wash. Like, how good is this? Perfect. I had to, guys. I just had to. I don't mind the truck being dirty, but it just makes it so much harder to get this mud off once it is like completely caked on. It bakes on in the sun. So really, I just want to get this hosed off. I'm not looking for great results here, but anything is better than what that is right now. But I tell you, it looks pretty good in here. Alright, let's get this thing hosed off. Guys, I have got to tell you, that was the best self-car wash that I have ever used in my life. Like, Rubber Duck is a big name one, and it doesn't even come close to this. The water was extremely warm. It took the bugs off, the mud off like nothing. And then I used the wax at the end, and the wax actually did something. Like, it actually had a coat on there, and when I sprayed it, the water came beating off. So it was actually decent product. But man, like, look at the front. Like, the bugs are gone. The bugs are gone. I can't believe how well that did that. Like, warm water is the key, and the water was very, very nice and warm. But yeah, it's like cleaner now than what it was before I left. And car wash, I'm in Rishabukto, and there was a little sign here that said if the cash machine isn't working, to call Norm, home and sell. And I assume that he lives probably right there. Great operation. Man, oh man. I'm stoked. I didn't expect to find a car wash. I didn't expect it to be this good. Wow. Loving it. So they're going through a community now, a village community called Rexton, and it is beautiful through here. They are definitely known for their river. In the wintertime, this all freezes and it's all full of fishing shacks. And you know, during the summer, people go boating and sea-dooing here like non-stop. Every time I come through here in the summer, there's boats and sea-doos flying through here. In the wintertime, it's loaded full of fishing shacks. It's a very cool spot. Little drive-through fast food place, lined right up. This is probably one of my favorite little spots in New Brunswick for sure. If I lived here, I would absolutely have a boat and a sea-doo. There is no doubt about that. Alright, we have reached Miramichi. Miramichi, however you want to say it. This is where I'm going to be staying tonight. This is a big ass bridge. It's one of the cool ones around. It's a big river. We don't have rivers like this in Nova Scotia. Not even close. For a little walk. It's Miramichi. This is where I'm gonna call home tonight. Had a little bit of a hard time getting a hotel room actually, because of, you know. And anyway, weird times.
400 meters, make a slight right turn onto Highway 11 North and then make a slight right turn.
Okay. I think this is it. Alright.
Make a slight right turn now and then make a slight
Anyway,
right turn.
just wanted to show you guys that bridge. Oh, we made it to our hotel. Looky there. We've got a Ford F-250 with some nice big beefy 35s, it looks like. And we've got a 2500 Ram Cummins right next to it. Looks like on some 35s. They got a boat. It's all trucks. I was a little bit worried about leaving my truck, you know, in a hotel, but I think we're all right. There's a boat going out there in the water, if you guys can see that. But anyway, so our trip, we've got 595 kilometers, and we're at 13.4 liters per 100. And I'll show you the MPG for you American guys here in a second, but so 595, it says 296 to empty. So that's telling me that I'm going to get like 900 kilometers to this tank. And I made 9 stops at sites. I made 2 stops at hardware stores. I made 3 or 4 stops for coffee. That's a lot of starting and stopping, a lot of back road driving, I had it in 4-wheel drive at one point. A bunch of more fishermen coming through here. Yeah. So that is freaking awesome. Like my 2019, for whatever reason, would have been empty. It would have been completely empty, zero fuel. I don't know why that truck's so hard on fuel compared to this one. My 2017 F250 was pretty similar to this, but this is still even better. And we're on 37-inch tires, fellas. Okay, so let's just take a look here at what that is. Nice, I'm not using display setup. Here we go. I'm used to using the friggin' sink. Okay, let's measurement units. Let's go to MPG. So in MPG we did where is it? Okay, MPG we did 370 miles in 8 hours and 26 minutes, and we're averaging 17.4 MPG with all that starting and stopping. That is freaking good. I'm pretty sure I would get 1,000 kilometers to a tank and 20 MPG if I was just straight driving on the highway. 37-inch tires, and I did you know, I'm doing 70-75 miles per hour basically the whole time I'm actually on the highway. But that's a lot of acceleration and stop and starting. Anyway, it's pretty damn good. But anyway, guys, that is it. This will be part 1. I plan on doing like probably like a 3-part of me driving through New Brunswick. Today was like Nova Scotia up through like Moncton, you know, Boudreaux, Shediac, Miramichi, Rexton, up that way. Tomorrow will be like Trackety, Carrickit, Bathurst, Campbellton, up that way, and then see how far I get. But if you guys don't like these style videos, please let me know. I don't need to make them. I just think it's cool if you guys want to see, you know, some of the countryside. I get to travel everywhere for work. I get to check everything out. But if you guys don't like it, let me know, and I won't, you know, it's not exciting. It's not like I'm putting new parts on the trucks or I'm tearing down a building or something with my excavator. I'm just driving and just showing you guys some scenery. But if you don't like it, let me know. If you do, let me know. But anyway, for now, that's it, guys. Till next time, take care, stay safe, and we will see you then. Bye.